Hello, hello, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. Here we are in Corthus, Western Highlands. Let's see what we gotta do for our Turel. Growth, huh? So he just thinks that it's icicle sprites. I wonder if it'll actually be icicle sprites. It'll probably actually be icicle sprites. They're messing with us with the Z-axis again. That's gonna happen a lot in Heavensward because flying is accessible, so there's a lot more stuff that's up inclines on mountains. But even though flying is accessible, you can't fly until you do the requisite quests, which are linked to the main story partially. So you have to complete the main story first before you can fly, which in most of the areas anyway. So that means that it's better to ignore flying for the most part until after you complete the main story. Though the way I'm probably going to handle it is by picking up the side quests and Aether Attunement trails as I go, and we'll learn more about that later. Probably not this episode, and probably not the next either. It takes a little while for them to tell you that about, you know, how you're supposed to go about being able to find out how to fly. At least he's honest. Now you may wonder, how did we get our chocobo out here if we had to fly in a black chocobo to get out here? And well, it's best not to think about stuff too much, because they don't ever restrict your mount usage after you unlock mounts, regardless of what zone you're in. Oh, except for Eureka, but that's not till later, and that's a special case. Look, Final Fantasy VI references. Also, as you can hear, we have new battle music in Heaven's Word. Haldraff, the first Dragoon again, huh? Heard of him once in the Dragoon quest line. I'm fairly certain that when they introduced the idea of mount speed increases, that they made the default speed for mounts like 0.75 of what it was originally before they had the idea that, oh yeah, we'll make land speed increases a thing. But, you know, I'm going to slow down the default speed by a little bit. And I think when it speeds up, you get 1.5 times as fast as what the original speed was. It's weird and dumb. Ah, so she has feelings for a commoner, but she can't show it. Good old medieval society. at least fantasy medieval society. I don't know how. I'm pretty sure noblemen were entitled to take peasants as lovers and spouses if they so desired. I'm not a historian though, so I don't really know. Nude. Oh, he actually made it up to Garibaldi Nexus. Got like a white oral with rings. It looks pretty cool, but it's too much work. And I like the bluish green aura of the Animus better anyway, as far as glamour goes. And unless I was gonna spend like another week just working on Relic, which, you know, wouldn't be an effective use of my time. The Relic will only ever be for glamour anyway, so kind of like, whatever. No reason to go beyond the stage that I want the glam of. And I've said that before, and I'll say it again. It sure is snowy out here. Big old bridge with frozen dragon killers on it. Also, you've probably picked it up by now, but the reason it's so snowy out here is, well, in 1.0, Coerthus Central Highlands, I'm pretty sure was all green and stuff, sort of like Lethane Plateau in Final Fantasy XI. Although I could be wrong. I didn't play 1.0, because it wasn't on console yet. And if you hadn't noticed by now, I'm a PS4 pleb. But when the Calamity hit, it changed the weather or the climate of Coerthus. So it made Coerthus into a frigid wasteland. And so, in regards to in-game time, Coerthus has been in this winter-locked state with all this snow for 5 years. And before then, it wasn't like that, supposedly. So, Oh, they once had an aetherite here, but it's been frozen solid and broke. Huh. Heretic. Why do I get the feeling that's gonna be the thumbnail for this? At the end of our hope, huh? And there's a picture of Iceheart. I like how he calls me Master Wyvernhide. Well, if you hadn't realized by now, and if Harshpont didn't tell you, I've dealt with Iceheart before, and her heretics before. So canonically, I'm not really in that much danger at all. It's not like she's got a ton of crystals stocked out here or anything either, so. Oh, it's dead heal. No, just a dead knight. The sword is sort of stuck in the snow there. Looked almost like a wand, but no, it's just it's a sword hilt. Now, if the raid is snowing, these tracks would fill up. I mean, I guess they'd still be visible. They just wouldn't look like imprints. They'd have like, I guess like sagging frozen snow in them. Though it might not seem like it, we just entered an instance, so we can't mount. We have to run on foot. Although, interestingly, it still counts towards map completion, I think? Maybe? Maybe not? No, never mind, it doesn't. It's another way you can tell you're in an instance, when you're in an area where you recognize the surroundings, but, you know, you don't have... Also, this isn't exactly where I remember... Maybe it's just been so long. I don't remember it coming up this way. I remember it being like the instance starting more over here. But maybe it's just been so long since I last did Heaven's Word that I forgot. Because most of my alts were created during Heaven's Word, and as a result, I didn't, You know, like, but I got it done on all of them while it was current. And it was still fresh in my mind, right? Like, so, you know, I didn't really pay attention to details, and I didn't really... I thought this was where I was supposed to go. Maybe I've missed some crucial thing. Cost them more than I think they might have. We got a dragon warship shrine down here. Well, that's what, 5 more bodies added to Clyde's kill count. And the 3 before that, that's 8 heretics killed. Clyde's got a lot of blood on his hands.
Looking for me, I presume.
The child who glimpsed the truth.
No! It cannot be.
He cameth unto me, as didst thou, alike in gifts, yet set upon different paths.
He speaks true, warrior of light. Like you, I have been blessed with the echo.
So did Midgard Swarmer shoot you in the chest, too?
The visions terrified me at first. They came without warning. I wondered what I had done to deserve them. But I had no time to ponder such things, once the calamity came. The land turned against us. And in a matter of hours, Falcon's Nest was buried under 10 fulms of ice and snow. We had no choice but to flee for Ishgard. We came to the wall, and while we searched for a way through, there was an avalanche. And then I was alone. So I set forth for Dravania. I knew full well what might happen where I found. But I could not survive on my own. I was found, of course. And not by a mere dragon, but by the great worm Hraesvelgr. And it was then that I knew why I had been given this gift. For with it I heard his voice, and saw the truth through his eyes. I was chosen to deliver this revelation to the people. To bring dragon and man together as they once were, and should ever be. It wasn't supposed to be like that. You have to believe me. It was beyond my control.
Excuses.
Children taught to fear the skies. who saw their loved ones slaughtered. Yet the Dravanians, though they know where the fault truly lies, fell upon them with such fury.
Men die, and their children forget. But we are everlasting. To us, then is as now. Thou canst not comprehend the violation, the outrage, the fury.
I will make this right. I am neither a saint nor a savior, just another sinner. Yet I will not forsake this cause. I cannot. I will see this cycle broken and peace restored. We can do naught else, for we are now as one.
Yay! Yeah, the cold doesn't really seem to bother Clyde. Which is insane, because it's probably freaking like 40 below zero out here. Okay, so that's pretty much it for our Torel's arc. Turning it in at Fort Thompson Manor, we'll just have no quest marker pop up, and we'll have to go help Amanalane. Seal clouds. I'm extra sleepy. I took a sleep aid before I went to sleep this morning. So I got another 12er tonight. And it hadn't quite worn off. I was asleep for, I guess about 7.5 hours. So it was pretty good sleep. It's just, sleep aid leave me feeling groggy. Let's see, how can I get on down there? Ow. Let's hop off the choke real quick and just... Not everything is aggressive out here, but, you know, you can see that there's aggressive monsters about. And while they won't really catch up to me on the mount, I'd hate for just a straight aggro hit to kill me, so... Looks like they've got a better setup here than in the Western Highlands. Would you say that? Laniaiti? Or Laniaiti? I don't know. So many French names. Aww. I'm already a personal hero to her. Vanu, huh? Oh. Madeleine is clearly a horny teenager. But he doesn't lack for spirit or confidence, I tell you. I think if you choose the wrong dialogue, he'll be like, he'll have some sort of response that's, you know, like, out with it, man, you know. Were he of another house, mayhap I would not feel obligated to go to such lengths to preserve his safety and dignity. In any case, I appreciate you speaking to him for me. It would seem he actually listens to you, at least, more so than the others. Or mayhap you are more skilled at this than most. I suspect you've had to humor your fair share of difficult men before. I suppose this makes more sense if you're a lady yourself. Although I've had to deal with plenty of difficult people, both in-game and out of game, so I guess that's true. I guess maybe you could read that as a meta-commentary about dealing with idiots in MMOs. We won't have the time to get through all of Amanda Lane's branch, but we'll get through most of it, and then the next time I can pick it up, you know, and we can... Oh, there's the Vanu Vanu. Dadgummit. One thing I like about being a mage when playing on controller is that when you accidentally tab over something else, you have no, unless you're right next to it, you have no chance of accidentally triggering your auto attacks. And your spells take time to cast, so you can be like, oh shit, I need to stop because I don't want to fight that thing. Whereas when you're on a normal range job, everything is instant and you might accidentally, you know, trigger your auto attacks or something. Very annoying. My proc timer ran out. No, I've overtapped on mana. I'm a terrible red mage. What's kind of funny about Fates in Heavensward is they didn't make them give enough EXP. And so when they first came out, people were like, why would I want to do, like people who preferred to do Fates to level up, they're like, why would I want to do Fates that take so long to kill and give me less EXP than the Fates in like Northern Thanalan or Mordona? So they had to add incentives, and like they had to, I think they had to double the EXP that Fates give. And then eventually it got people doing fates in the new areas, and left. They also made fates in the old areas give reduced EXP if you were beyond level 50. Something like that. So it was kind of funny. I guess they were counting on the allure of the new areas being enough by itself. But one thing that seems to plague MMO player bases is that everyone wants to get to maximum level as quickly as possible, it seems. Well, not everyone, but almost everyone. So you get all these people trying to like skip cutscenes and go, 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 you know. And it's like, you would enjoy the game a lot more if you just actually paid attention to what it's offering you and what it's trying to say. There's a lot more in it than just, you know, just the battle gameplay. You know, there's crafting, there's gathering, there's housing. There's people who all they do in this game is they get on, they make money to buy housing, and then they see just exactly how much they can manipulate the housing to make these really beautiful, like, apartments and, you know, homes, basically. And then there's people who get on just to live out the fantasy of getting rich. So they craft and they gather and they maybe do some battle content to get, you know, extra money items or whatever. Then there's the lore enthusiasts, which every game seems to have now. Ever since, you know, the Dark Souls community made a huge amount of money in real life off of making lore videos and lore theory videos and things. There's a whole section of Final Fantasy lore enthusiasts. I don't know how big they've gotten with it being an MMO and all, but psych up the nights, huh? Oh, Man Lane is one of them. Oh boy. She gave you a task she thought you could handle. He's gonna get himself into trouble, isn't he? I don't know why psyching people up would be such a shock, but I guess really they were all drifting out to sleep. I believe we can run up this net too. Yep. So isn't this the second quest name we have? Involving Hope? Like wasn't the one where we do the instance to go meet Iceheart called, you know, the end of our hope or something like that? This one's called Hope Springs Eternal. Well, I guess I could have picked the other dialogue options to try to make it more, I don't know, you know, see what he says, but I'm not really that interested. Some people really like the brothers Four Tops, and like want to know more about them and all that stuff. And I'm just sort of like, oh, they're not Harshafont, so I don't really care. Although if I did have to say that I liked one, it would probably be Arturel, because he's at least competent. Although I do find Emanuelane amusing. He's funny, right? And that's kind of his point. He's like comic relief, you know, but dipshits, you know? You keep saying you could do some sport, but do you actually know how to fight? I mean, you have a sword and shield, but can you actually fight? Like, well, at least fight well. I mean, anyone can fight, just not well, you know? Got some giant snake things. Looks like there's a zoo fade over there. I don't remember if this crystal is always in the same place or if it's randomized. I think it's randomized between these, but I could be wrong. We're about out of time. We got about like 3 or 4 minutes left or something. Also, anecdote, but every time I hear or read the word potable in relation to water, like potable water, I think about being on the submarine and the well, the potable water system for the entire sub. So. Series of unfortunate events, huh? Oh, we got a picture of Harshafont and a terrified Amanelaine. Seems about right. Well, I'm gonna call it here for now. Next time we'll get Amanelaine out of trouble. But for now, I need to stop and go ahead and start the upload. Thank you for watching, and stay safe out there. I hope you have a good day. And next time we'll rescue the little lordling. Have a good one.